needed to do that for a while. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what Harris Heller did not tell you about swapping to a real camera for your streaming / YouTube setup. Let's get into it. Again guys, welcome back. Today is going to be a rather short video outlining my experience with my new camera, my cam link, and the setup process. If you guys have been hanging out with me in chat, by the way, I do stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Link is down in the description. If you have been hanging out with us over in chat, you will notice and have noticed that I was off for like a week and a half because of camera issues. Thankfully, all of those have been fixed, and with that, you should definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. The button, by the way, in case you missed it, looks like this, and you should click it, because how else will you find your way back here for more screaming and Twitch tips? So guys, I finally made the decision to move over into a real camera from my webcam because it was just that time in my, I don't know, content creation career. I do have a disposable income because I work a very hefty full-time job, which allows me to do this, and it was just time. All right, my subscribers were growing, my views are growing, those kinds of things, and it's the next logical step for me. Now you have to make that decision on your own, and there are a ton of videos out there that will help you do that. This video is about once you've decided to do that, what you need. Let me tell you something. You do not just need the camera and the cam link. It is much deeper than that. So guys, as I was searching through and going through my decision on, what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, where I needed to go, the only really thing that I came across was that, well, you need a camera, check, and a cam link to plug it into, check. So what happened for me guys is that I finally made the decision to go with this Canon EOS M200, just the standard package with the standard lens, which is the camera that's filming me now, and the camera is fantastic in most regards. I'll be doing a full review of that in a future video, but the camera really is good. It's good for what it does. It's very clear, has a flip-up camera, I can set the settings on it and all that stuff, so it's fantastic. Here's where it went wrong. I got the camera in, I got the cam link in at the same time, and I got everything like plugged in or whatever, and did not even think about it. But that night I go to plug everything in, my community is expecting a stream, and I get home and I can't because I don't have the cable or the proper hookups to plug the camera into the cam link. So the cam link actually requires an HDMI in, which makes perfect sense because it plugs into a USB port and it's transferring this video into the computer. Anyway, camera itself obviously does not have an HDMI port, which makes perfect sense because the cable's massive. It has a micro HDMI port, which looks like this, which is, a very small plug for a small camera. And I did not have that cable laying around like I do most things. I do now, but that's in the future. It's a future part of the story. So I jetted off to Walmart and picked up this adapter. Now this is a two-prong adapter. It's a mini and micro HDMI into a standard HDMI adapter. Very inexpensive. I didn't have one of these laying around anywhere, so I had to go get one. So I did. I got back and I plugged up everything ready to go, and I still had a little bit of difficulty with it, but I had to figure it out. But I did figure it out and got it working, and we were streaming. Then the camera died. So this camera did ship with a battery, obviously. It did not, however, ship with any kind of secondary battery or any kind of AC adapter. I did not pay attention to this because I did not even think that that was important. There is not even an AC adapter port on this camera. So it died in the middle of stream. I popped the battery out, I ended stream early, and I plugged it into the wall to charge it to deal with it the next day. So I got up the next day and I was like, okay, clearly I need something extra here. So I go online and I look, and you need a dummy battery, an AC adapter as well. So I ordered that. That came in, no problem. It got here a couple days later. I got everything plugged up and we were off to the races. However, a few days after that, I started encountering problems. This adapter, and I figured out what it is now, when you have these adapters, my camera's sitting on a tripod, which means it's elevated, right? This adapter is not incredibly light. And so when it was plugged in, it slowly started to weigh on the port that is in the camera, which did not allow it to process data effectively. So, first things first, don't buy an adapter when you're going through these things. Buy the actual cable that you need to purchase, which we will get into in just a second. However, at the time, I could not figure it out. So I pulled the camera off the tripod. I started plugging and unplugging all kinds of things. So I plugged this into the camera, and like that was already all connected up with the cam link, and that didn't work. And so I unplugged that, I unplugged this, and then plugged this back into the camera, and that didn't work. And then I unplugged it from the middle, unplugged it from the cam link, plugged it back into the cam link, and then plugged it into this, and then it worked. Did you follow that? Anyway, it was maddening. And so I put it back up on the tripod, and after a couple days it stopped working again, and finally I got frustrated to the point I just started throwing things like this in my studio. So anyway, after a short time, I just couldn't figure it out, and I was like, Spencer, you're smarter than this. Figure this out, bro. And so I was like, you know what? I started messing with it a little bit, and I finally came to the conclusion that that adapter weighed the port down to where it was causing some connectivity issues, and it turns out I was right. Days of frustration because it just finally stopped working. Days of frustration, and this like $7 cable from a no-name brand on Amazon solved all of my problems. Old Boy Tech is the thing. It's probably just like a private label cable, but it worked. I plugged it in right out of the gate, worked just fine. So guys, the things that you need when you are making the swap from a webcam over into a mirrorless or DSLR is more than just a cam link and the camera. You need the camera itself. You need some way of plugging it into the wall to get constant power. So make sure whatever camera you are getting or looking at getting or whatever has an AC adapter. And if it does not come with it, make sure you buy one with like a dummy battery or whatever at the same time. And then do not use an adapter to plug the camera into the computer or the cam link. Just buy the cable that you need at the same time. Again, guys, all of this stuff is linked down below. I've also included a tripod and a ring light. That way you know kind of get your whole standard basic stuff started. Get your basics started and get you going. Again, guys, the decision to swap from a webcam to a mirrorless is a topic that I may cover in another video, but there are tons of resources on that out there. For today, guys, I'm just making sure that you know exactly what you need when you are swapping from a webcam to a real camera, because I don't want you to go through the same frustration that I went through. Guys, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you leave a like on the video because that helps the channel super awesome amazing, right? We do have a vlog that's coming out in the next week or so, and I'm very excited for you guys to see that. My sister and I finally went squishmallow hunting. It didn't go quite according to plan, but you guys will have to tune in to see exactly how it ended. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. If you didn't, leave a comment down below letting me know why you didn't and some content that you'd like to see in the future. Because guys, we are going to be doing a lot of things on this channel going forward. So guys, I appreciate you very much, and I will see you in chat. Bye.